Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 214. It is Friday. Here in Cincinnati, we're supposed to have rain, and it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. My friend Alice left me a message this morning. She's like, your podcast is going to talk about the blue skies, the sunshine. So yes, shout out to Alice. It is a beautiful Friday here in Cincinnati. The temperature is at cool, I don't even know, 60s. I think it was 50 when I went out this morning for a run. It's so crisp. It's so beautiful. Birds are happy. The flowers are happy. People are happier with the sun shining. It's a good day here in Cincinnati. So this morning I had a really funny awareness that I'm going to share today, because I just love when visuals have all of these things that click into place. You know, when you suddenly see something from a different perspective, and then as you're exploring that perspective, it's like all these other pieces about that perspective start to present themselves, and then it's just like this magic ride. So I stopped myself in the middle of this tangent I was going down in my meditation, because I'm like, I don't want to see all of it yet. I'm gonna wait till the podcast, and then I'll tune in, and then it's just gonna be even more fun because it'll be fresh in the podcast instead of trying to remember what it was that I saw in my meditation. So here's the image, and this combines two of my favorite things, three really of my favorite things. So one, it combines energy and this idea of the soul choosing the human experience, to ice cream, which is by far one of my favorite things about being a human here on earth. And then my daughter, who's also one of my favorites. So my daughter has been working at an ice cream store here in Cincinnati for the summer. It's the best, and the name of the store is Graders. Like, really? How could you have something better when it's called Graders? It's a family-owned business that has received lots of attention nationally and just is amazing. They create ice cream with these huge chunks of chocolate inside. I mean, it's almost like a candy bar, mini candy bars in the middle of your ice cream. And their flavors are incredible. Like, everything is just top-notch. So it's a treat to go to Graders because it's expensive, and it's, in my opinion, for ice cream, I think it's a lot, but it's worth every penny. So here's how it ties to the soul and energy. When I was meditating, I was just pondering, how, I don't even remember how I got there, so I'm not even going to try to explain how I got there. The image I saw was when we were in line a couple nights ago. My husband and I decided to go in and get ice cream. Why? Because we wanted it. And there was a new flavor that was listed on the board that we hadn't tried before. And we hardly ever do this. So we both said, can we have a taste of that ice cream flavor, please? So this sweet young man brings us each a little taster. And so we both tasted it. And then we both decided, yeah, no, we prefer our regular favorites. If we're going to be here eating the ice cream, we're going to get what we want. So I saw that image of the tasting. And here's what was so much fun. And so we'll just play with it. Lots of things. So one is the law of attraction, which is taught by so many beautiful teachers, describes how the message that we send out to the universe is what we get back. That like energy attracts like energy. Like thought attracts like thought. And so you're creating your reality all the time by the energy and the thoughts that you're sending out in front of you. So when I was thinking about that, what I saw was this counter of of ice cream flavors with all these people serving the ice cream on the other side of the counter, and all of us lined up trying to get to the counter to get our taste or our ice cream and then move along and get to the paying part and then, go sit down and eat our ice cream. It feels like this to me. It feels like the universe and all guides and angels and beings who provide the manifestation of the universe are on the other side of the counter. They are the servers. They're Callie. They're my daughter. And then on this side of the counter are all of us in our human bodies, these souls who are lined up trying to place our order with the universe, waiting, sometimes patiently, sometimes very impatiently, to get our order through. And what is so fun to play with is the idea of tasting. So I don't know why this is cracking me up, but it just makes me so happy because it's such a great visual. So if you think about how when we are souls choosing to come into human bodies, we sit on this side of the counter and we kind of, explore all the options with our guides. And we say, well, maybe it'd be fun to be a girl or it'd be fun to be a boy. Or maybe it'd be fun to play with both. And so we try on different tastes of what that might be like as a soul. Before we come into the human body, we're sort of testing it all out. And then we're like, maybe we should be in this country or in this country. We should be rich or we should be poor. We should speak this language or this language. And so we're having little tastes of everything to see what might actually serve our journey the best. Our guides are just fulfilling whatever it is we want to taste. So then we arrive here on Earth, we come into the ice cream store, and we line up in our human bodies, and we start sending these messages across the counter through the veil from physical out into thought or energy. And so we're sending all these messages out. So we're on our side of the counter yelling over to the guides, I want a double scoop of this flavor in a waffle cone. And then we wait there for someone to fulfill our order. Right? We just stand there and we wait. And we hope someone heard our order and they're going to send it back to us. The idea of tasting is so fun. What if we could play with that idea? Like, everyone is offered as many tastes as they want in life. So you can request, like, what would it feel like to be fully at peace in my body? Right? And then you just wait to see, can your guides, the angels, the beings who support manifestation, can they bring experiences to us that are going to allow us to feel that peaceful? Maybe we want to travel. So we ask for a little taste, like what would it feel like to live in Portugal or to live in Japan or to have a trip to Africa? And so we request that taste of our guides, and then we wait patiently or impatiently on this side of the counter, and we see, what are they going to send us? How will they fulfill that desire? And when they give us a little taste of it, are we aware enough to take that taste, to play with it, to try it on? Sometimes manifestation shows up in ways we're not expecting. So we ask for this big trip or this big experience, and then someone gives us a book and it's about that place that we were just talking about. Or we see a movie that's being advertised and the movie is set in that location that we were just exploring. My husband and I with going to the beach, and what do we see? We see all these island hunters who are living on islands that they're buying. It shows up in like really unexpected ways, and if we are willing to take that taste to be in the vibration of that thing that we've requested, then our bodies can start to get used to or try it out. And we might taste it and go, yeah, it's not even all that great. I think I'd rather put in another order for a different flavor. Or that's exactly what I want. More of that. Having both, right? That's what that podcast was. Yes, I like the idea of owning an island. Not just one, two, please. And so we can send out more details across the counter to the universe that says, oh, that taste was so good. I want more of that. How do we create more of that? How do I get 1 scoop or 2 scoops of that flavor and expand how good it feels when I have that taste that I really enjoy? And then, a lot of what I was feeling when I was playing with this idea of taste is the universe, if we look at it as, the ice cream counter is the universe. I mean, come on, that's so good. The ice cream counter is the universe. So, if we have all of these beautiful beings who are fulfilling our orders at the ice cream counter, there, the difference between physical and universe is the physical store, so the ice cream store, is limited by how much ice cream they can produce, how much ice cream they can get into the containers, how fast they can get the ice cream out to all of us. The physical world, we have restraints and limitations because it is physical. Someone has to make the ice cream, someone has to deliver the ice cream, someone has to scoop the ice cream, someone has to freeze the ice cream. There's a lot that goes into it. When we look at the ice cream counter as universal, it's energetic. So time, space, and the density of matter are dissolved. So we can play with, like, it just feels so much easier, feels so much freer. We can ask for tastes and just let go of the physical expression of it, and just ask for the feeling, the energetic, the vibration of it to come into us, and not get all caught up in time and actually seeing it, holding it, in the physical. We have to touch it. If we can play with this idea of asking for a taste of what we want and allow it to show up energetically, we can start the process of expanding what our lives are about before it physically actually manifests. When we walk up to the counter, for example, and place an order for ice cream, when we say, I would like 2 scoops of this flavor, we're expecting that the ice cream store is going to have that flavor because it's up on the board and we know that they carry it. So energetically, we're already in alignment to receive. We're standing there going, more? Yeah, I'm ready. There's no doubt in us. The physical part, has life done the physical work yet to get all those parts and pieces in place so that when the person on the other side of the counter opens up the freezer, there's the flavor you want and they can put it in the cone and hand it across the counter to you? But that belief, when we stand at the counter, we believe energetically it's already happened, we're in alignment with it. It's the secret to everything. It's the secret to everything. The other part with that is, so much of it is our interpretation, or it's not the word, the personality or character or traits that we show up with at the counter. So for example, anyone who's ever worked in customer service, there are some people who show up at the counter who are just going to be happy to be there and have ice cream, and they're just enjoying the night out with their family, and they expect everything's going to be great and it's just going to be a good experience. And then there are others who come up already in a bad mood, already mad at the world, already knowing their flavor won't be there, and so they manifest this really grumpy exchange, and then the person who is fulfilling that order can't make them happy because they've already shown up so grumpy and out of optimal alignment. And so the way that we arrive at the ice cream counter of the universe, the way that we arrive here determines so much of our enjoyment or our pleasure, or the manifestation of it. Like, how's it going to feel? We determine so much of that here on our side of the counter. So we can send these requests out into the universe, and if we're sitting here the whole time going, they're not going to have it, it's going to suck, the hot fudge is going to be burnt, and the strawberries are going to be bad, and whatever, the person's going to be cranky with me, we're going to create that. That's the experience we'll have. If we show up at the counter excited to taste something new and to try it out, and if we're not liking it, be totally okay going back to our favorite, and then it's just this pleasurable experience, and it just becomes more fun. I feel like I could go on about the ice cream counter universe forever. There are so many parallels. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I just love playing with the idea. Okay, that that feels like plenty for right now. We are moving towards a full moon in illumination and expansion. We are in all these signs that astrology is saying can expand and bring great fortune and luck to us, or right? We can feel frustrated and push-pull and tug of war that it's not happening in the physical way we want it to happen. So my invitation this weekend, one, is to go to Graders if you're in Cincinnati, and just play with the universe from the side of the counter. Any ice cream really would work if you're not close to a Graders. But that would be one invitation. Like, play with the idea. How does it feel when you show up expecting that you're going to get everything that you want, and delighting in tasting something new, and expecting that it's going to be beautiful and expansive? I mean, just play with the whole idea. And then, yeah. What else? Just be choiceful. Be choiceful about the way that you show up this weekend and the way that you move through your days. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of potential, and there's also, as one of my favorite astrologists described, there's a lot of chaos. And so the way that you choose to experience it and walk through this weekend, it's up to you. So let it be fun. Let it be fun. And then I can't complete this Friday before Father's Day weekend without big love to all of the dads. My dad and my husband, my children's dad. There are so many incredible fathers who are just really standing at the counter, loving on their children. And I just send blessings to all the fathers. All right, have a great weekend, my friends. Get some ice cream. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me in aligning with the optimal health of your mind, body, spirit in the virtual community of Viv's Energy Gym. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.